friends, I am Prairie Vintage Jewelry. My name is Linda, and today I am back with another reading. Disregard my comfy robe sleeves. It is 4:20 and I refuse to take off my robe today. Very lazy day. But we have another pick a card for you guys, and this one is the Alchemical Union. So what we will look at is you and your person, so a relationship that you currently have on the go, and we'll take a look at your position and your current state and what you're bringing to the relationship, as well as what your person, their current state and what they're bringing to this relationship. We'll take a look at your lesson, so either the resistance or what you have to learn regarding an openness to flow between you and your person, and maybe any sort of resentment against them or something in your life that's obstructing the flow. And then we'll also do the same for your person, any resistance brought up, some of the lessons that they need to learn within this connection. And this, I highly stress, isn't to be used against your person. It is certainly only to be used to support your person. And I can't stress that enough, in order to create space of truth between you and your person. And then we will also be taking a look at the union. So that is the relationship as far as the work between the two of you guys, the karmic force that's pulsing between you guys. And we'll take a look at what the result is of knowing each other. And sometimes it might not be what you want to hear, but certainly in hindsight, maybe you'll learn to appreciate the wisdom that that has brought you two together. So we have 3 cards to choose from: pile 1, pile 2, pile 3, or card 1, 2, and 3. These are the Intuition Oracle. So we will take a look at the, I guess, definition of these cards, but really these are to be read intuitively, which I will do so kind of more near the end of the reading, or we'll see kind of as it plays out. So take a look at these 3, feel free to pause, and once you've decided on a pile, we'll see you guys here shortly. All right, see you soon. Hello, my fabulous pile number 1. If you pick this little angel cherub with the butterfly, we will get into the definition, or I guess the intuition behind what I'm feeling for this card a little later as it comes up. But really, for this reading, we will be doing the Alchemical Union, and this is taking a look at you and your person and your current state and what you guys are bringing in this relationship. We'll also take a look at yours and your person's resistance. So this will be kind of what you guys have yet to learn, your lessons here from knowing each other, maybe something from the past that's kind of keeping you resistant to your person. But I did stress at the beginning, you want to respect what we see here in regards to your person, so that you can give them a safe space and truth between you and your person in regards to how you can support them with their truth. And also we'll be taking a look at the union between you and your person, and what's kind of bringing you guys together, and the result of knowing your person. All right, or I guess knowing each other. So we have your card coming out first here. We will flip it around. Ooh, we got 2. Azure Vault, which is the Blue Temple. We have Splendor Solace, which is the Sun's Splendor. Very powerful card in this deck here. Person, you got the Luna. Okay, so your lesson, got blood. Your person's lesson. We got the uncreated. And then finally for the union, and this is the karmic force that pulses between the two of you guys. We got New Pearl. Wow. Okay, I had these cards for a while and I haven't used them on my channel yet, but I have been studying them for a while, so I'm pretty excited about the messages that these cards deliver. So we'll solely be using these cards, except for, of course, the Intuition Oracle card that we pulled at the beginning for your pile. But before we get started, I want to thank Spirit for giving us a clear and concise message. Please allow me to communicate to the viewers who picked pile number 1. The message here today is clear and concise. And as well, I want to thank pile number 1 for allowing me to tap into your energy. And if you are new to my channel, thank you so much. Feel free to subscribe or like this video if it resonates. We will ask you just to sit silent for a bit, or you can concentrate on your person, this connection, or just try to clear your mind as best you can. Be thankful to Spirit. Thank you, Spirit. All right. Just give me a minute to tap into the energy here. Okay, so for current state here, what we have for you with the Blue Temple, this card is very much reminiscent of the High Priestess, but also the unknown, the spiritual. So you have the mystic side. So I'm sensing for you, this is a very spiritual connection between you and your person. This is something you most likely have not experienced with someone else. And the fact that this came out with the Sun's Splendor, this is the equivalent of like the 10 of Cups. This is like the sun power, but really having longevity and long-term success, contentment, joy. But it's really, the emphasis is really on long-term longevity. So I'm sensing for you guys are looking for a long-term partner that you're able to leave a legacy behind. And I am sensing here that you are able to manifest this. You're able to manifest what you've kind of put into, or what has been brought to you from your higher consciousness into reality. And you're willing and able to bring forward this love and this long-lasting love towards you and your person and this relationship. I'm really picking up that this is a very soulful but once in a lifetime type opportunity for you, but you're envisioning this long-term happiness with this person. I'm also feeling, because of these 2 cards coming out, that potentially there's a push and pull between what your subconscious is telling you and what you are manifesting right now in this connection. And maybe there is some truths that are still yet to come, or that are buried, that you might be knowing subconsciously, but potentially have not manifested yet into the real realm of reality yet. But with this card of Sun Splendor, I am seeing that there is a very, there is long-term and a very high potential of happiness and contentment, joy for you. And I guess you're maybe coming into this to find it, or to breathe some life into it. Okay, now your person's position here with the moon, I feel like Your person might be a little aloof. They might be kind of a little bit not showing their emotions as deeply as they're feeling their emotions. They might also be kind of coming and going. I feel like you are able to tap into your person's emotions on a spiritual, deep soul level without them having to display or come out. I do feel as though your person is curious as to where this connection could potentially go. But I do also pick up from your person that there is no limits. It's kind of limitless. And they are sensing the beginning of something very magical, but also something very solid, something that cannot be undone, something that only you two are able to create in this world, that has not been created by anyone else because it's just you and your person. I'm feeling now, even though this card came out for you, and what I'm seeing here in the spread, it's like both of you guys can achieve this long-term contentment between one another, but are kind of looking at it from different perspectives. But I do feel as though with your blue temple and the moon here, that it is this deep, soulful connection coming from more than just this physical body. And for a lot of you guys might have been together for quite some time, or at least this is a very connected relationship. So I think for this lifetime, possibly it hasn't really manifested to its full potential, but it has every single ingredient here to manifest into this legacy, this great being. With the blood is required to give life. Blood just adds life. And with the uncreated, I feel as though you bring the life to this connection, and your person feels as though you're the only one that can create this for them. That you and them are the only ones that are able to create this magic, this long-term happiness that is shared between the two of you guys. I feel as though your person doesn't really have to put in a whole lot of effort. And I even feel as though you just being around your person allows them to naturally do their thing. So this connection is very natural without really any force or any real effort. Just creativity is kind of sprung from being around each other. Life is kind of given to this connection. But what I am picking up here from the new pearl is that it is going to take a lot of patience, a lot of time in order to perfect and get out of this, I guess, the full manifestation and joy, the full potential that you guys can together. That there is going to be a persistence in grinding, in having to kind of wait for the gestation of this relationship to fully manifest. But I feel like it's so natural that it is already manifesting. Yeah, wow, this is some... I don't know if you guys have been married for 50 years or just kind of stopping here to take a look at, you know, what this reading has to say, because I am picking up this soul recognition for a very long time. But I am also picking up that potentially this could be from a past life of knowing each other and just coming into this kind of picking up from where you guys left off, potentially. But the lessons here, I feel like for you, it's more of a personal one, I think. You being able to kind of come out. And I feel like you've come out for your person, but I feel like there's more that you're able to do. And right now you're kind of just going with the flow because you know that there is more. Like spiritually, you know that there is more to be done within this connection. And I feel like for your person, their lesson here is that they're able to mold this connection to really any way they choose it to go. I feel like they're kind of playing it a little cool. And I think both of you guys could be shaping this into a little bit more than what you guys are shaping this to. You're kind of like, this is what's coming to me. You're kind of like, here I am. And your person's like, okay, what do you got for me? And you're like, here I am. And then your person's like, what do you got for me? So there's this dynamic of you needing structure, you needing guidance to take what you are spiritually feeling, soulfully feeling, in order to successfully manifest this longevity in this connection and have this sun splendor. And your person is kind of like the vessel, or at least the molder. Like you're pretty much their muse. They want to create something here, and they're just taking what you give them and creating something. Whereas maybe they can also bring something to the table for you to meld and mold. I feel like you're kind of more not structured, and I feel like your person is more structured. But I think with this new pearl, in time, you guys will naturally form the magic that exists within this connection. What everyone else wants, what everyone else grinds for, you guys are able to just create. You know, like a pearl just is after naturally forming after time. You can't rush it. People admire it. It's beautiful. Does a pearl ever turn to sand? I don't know. But here it says longevity, so with a lot of hard work every day. Yeah, and if this is the union card, I mean, the whole force that pulses between you guys, it's really what emerges after you guys either part or come together is this new pearl, which is this after effort of grinding out your own self, you naturally form this beautiful pearl with another person, which is just magical. And I mean, it just is. That's beautiful. All right, so we have here, the card that you picked was this little angel Cupid, the little, looks like a trumpet in her hand. I'm feeling a real innocence from this, and also transformation. I feel as though both you and your person are helping to transform each other through being genuine and innocent with one another. I think you guys are able to attract each other by being your genuine self. I do feel like the life force of you being yourself, but it coming from your soul, has really been able to help your person to transform what they desire in this, in this 3D world, in this earthly plane, for what it is that they envision in a connection with someone else, what they envision complete happiness for them. And I do feel as though you guys are still working on that, but by working on that, it's like something that just comes naturally through time. Nobody's really forcing it. I do sense, though, with the moon here, your person is a little bit of a free spirit, and there's still lots that needs to be known about your person. And I feel as though maybe your person opens up in little spurts to you. The Uniter affirmation. I know love has come to unite me with my beloved. Aww. Yeah, guys, this is definitely such a spiritual, divine connection here. You guys were definitely meant to find one another again. I do feel that there is this soul recognition. I do feel as though you guys are uniting. If you do believe in twin flames or soulmates or the one, I certainly feel as though you guys are the one for each other, and it is very beautiful. So I'm so used to seeing strife. I was looking for it. And it was hard for me to find anything real negative. I mean, we can always work on stuff. I think, the point of just being is great, but without structure, sometimes you could bleed to death. Take that as a metaphor here for how you are. Whereas your person can mold anything, take a piece of whatever and build something, but you're kind of the life force that they're using to create what they need to create. And there's more inside them that can definitely come out, some life force that they're not allowing out. So if that's the only negative thing I see that is coming out with these cards, and time, time could be a positive or a negative. In this case, I just feel like time is, you can't rush it, and time might be going a little slow. But that's okay because you get to enjoy your person longer. So I don't see that as a negative at all. I think this is a very positive reading. And yeah, anything else here, Spirit? No, just an innocence, a genuineness. I think that's all we have here for pile number 1. I really enjoyed that reading. Thanks, guys. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do so. And let me know if this resonated or not. We'll see you again. Bye. Hello, my beautiful pile number 2. If you pick this geisha girl with the dragon and the traditional garb sitting on a lotus flower, then this is your reading. Now we will get into the intuition oracle card and what that means, or at least my what I'm picking up here from Spirit after we do your reading. So we are doing the Alchemical Union reading, and it's a 5-card reading where we'll be taking a look at you and your current state and your person's current state in regards to this relationship, this connection, where you guys are standing as far as the connection is concerned. And then we'll be taking a look at your lesson and their lesson as far as what the resistance might be, what you have to learn from knowing your person in this connection, any sort of hesitations or negative thought forms that need to be released, or resentments that prevents you from showing up in this connection, and vice versa with your person. And then we'll be taking a look at the union. So this will be the card that is the karmic force that's between you and your person, a reason for knowing each other. Now sometimes this might not be very positive, but someday we'll learn to appreciate why we got to know somebody in the manner that we did. So we'll take a look and see what Spirit has to say. We will thank Spirit for clear and concise message for pile number 2. Thank you so much. And pile number 2, thank you so much for allowing me to tap into your energy today. Thank you, thank you. All right, so we got Autumn for your current state in this connection. I was telling pile 1 that I haven't recorded with these cards, but I have been learning to interpret them. So I feel like these cards are very powerful. So we will just solely be using these cards aside from the intuition oracle that we talked about at the beginning, but we will get messages just from these cards here today. Okay, so from them we got the oil of vitriol. All right, what else do we have here, Spirit? So hopefully you guys can see that. This is your lesson. Sun. Oh, never fails. I always pull a sun card. What do we got here for their lesson, Spirit? Mortification. All right. And what do we got here for the union card between these two for pile number 2? Thank you, Spirit. We got vinegar. Okay. Just making sure we're in frame. All right. So, like I said, I am still in my robe, so please disregard the comfy sleeves going on here, but I will not change because I don't want to. Let me take a look at the energy and see what I am picking up for you guys. Okay, so this is energy as of now because this is a timeless reading. So you know, anything obviously that we might pick up here from spirit could definitely change depending on energies, but just felt like I had to clear that up. And yeah, I will ask that spirit be clear and concise in delivering this message through me so that pile number 2 can pick up whatever is resonating and leave the rest behind. All right, so for you, your current state here, we got autumn, and autumn does speak of harvest, but it also speaks of putting in effort, time, energy spent, and then kind of going back to either collect or watch your hard work kind of die away, only to know you'll have to redo it again. It's kind of like, you know, in the fall where the leaves are falling, you know, leaves will eventually come back in the tree. So I just feel like for a lot of you guys, you and your person are most likely apart is kind of what I'm picking up here. I feel as though you are healing. I feel as though you are letting go of a lot of stuff that is no longer serving you in this connection, but also just you personally. I feel like this is more you personally than it is about this connection, but I think this really triggered this about in you. But the autumn card also speaks about, you know, gathering with ones we love to share the fruits of maybe what we harvested, you know, family, friends, you know, a cornucopia of stuff that we're able to share and them share with us, vice versa. I feel as though you're really focused on healing family, kind of taking a look at what's left in your life and making the most of it, and kind of discarding anything that is no longer serving you at this time. And for your person here, I'm feeling as though your person is still very angry or upset. They are still hanging on to grudge. They are not quite sure how to control their emotions, so they're just lashing out. They are biting the hand that feeds them. Potentially they are burning their bridge with you. Maybe they're saying things that they'll regret. They're trying to evoke emotion. They're trying to lash out and let out anger, and it's painful, but you're trying to focus on other things here. Now I do see with the lesson here for you, the sun is so powerful. To me, the sun is the most powerful card. I mean, we have lots of powerful cards in this deck, but in this deck, the sun also has a negative aspect that I only kind of learnt today, which was too much sun can give you a sunburn. And I know it sounds silly me saying I only learnt this today, but when I think of the sun, I always think of such positive traits. I don't think of, you know, sunstroke and sunburn. And I just feel like your lesson here is how you choose to share your light might be something you're learning, or you may look back and suffer from sunburn because you were just able to outpour your emotions and your light and your love. And you know, the sun has no conditions. The sun's just the sun. It just shines on everything. And I just feel like you really had no boundaries. You really had no limits. You were really unconditionally able to come out in this connection. But I feel as though a lot of you guys got burnt. I feel like a lot of you guys got unfairly burnt by nothing that you guys did wrong, but by just being you and showing love and light. And that's what makes it very painful. And your person's lesson here, this is the equivalent of the death card, mortification, which is death. They're learning to transform themselves in a way that they've never been able to through this connection. Every time they might have tried or wanted to, it would not really result in them changing or being able to kill off negative aspects of themselves until they had this connection with you. This is triggering your person literally to shed their way of being. How they think, how they act, how they speak, how they treat other people. They're emerging as complete different people as a result of knowing you in this connection. And it's painful because you've been the sun and also shedding lights in aspects of this person that needed to be illuminated for them in order to make these changes. And really, up until now, no one's been able to really help this person to do this on their own, because, I mean, you can't really change someone. They're going to have to want to change from within. And I feel like your person needs this change, absolutely needs this change, wants this change. Right now, they don't feel like they do. They're fighting against it. They're being rebellious. I see here matching kind of this mortification, and they're resisting. They're fighting back. And I see you kind of being the center point of that. So you're taking all the anger and the frustration because you're the one who illuminated this need for change in this person. And here with the Union card, so again, this card is really the karmic force that's pulsing between the two of you guys. And, you know, like I said, it might not be the vision we want to envision at all times, but when we look back on it, it will appreciate the wisdom that this connection kind of gave us. And I just feel like here with the vinegar card, it speaks of the past, but it speaks of maybe areas of toxicity where we were using something that could be intended for good in a way that might drown something out, like vinegar, right? Like a little bit of vinegar can be used as distilling, could be okay, but a little too much vinegar, now you got this acidity. And I feel like the acidity just kind of ruins everything. So I feel like despite this person changing, the acidity of what they've said, the acidity of how they were, the acidity of what they contaminated within this connection has ruined this connection. Just feel like it's kind of ruined. And I don't know if I'm reading this from your perspective, but I don't think so. I feel like your person will change enough to maybe recognize how they might have treated you, what they might have said or did, and just be completely tainted by their actions that they can't unsee or undo. And it just soured the relationship. Now, again, this isn't set in stone. This is just the energies as of now. So it's kind of what I'm picking up here with this card. Anything else, Spirit? Let's take a look at this Intuition Oracle card. I feel from this card that you're trying, I was even feeling from here, you guys are trying to, well, you're trying to do your own thing. I feel like you're trying to do your own thing. You're trying to focus on positivity. You're trying to focus on growth and blossoming, but clearing out anything that you don't need anything. But I feel like you're really super focused on getting through, whereas I feel like your person is throwing everything at you. Like there's dragons, like there's dragons all around her. There's birds flying. She's kind of balancing on this flower, and she's just like kind of looking, you know, I say she, but doesn't have to necessarily be a she, but you being this viewer here, I'm sensing the energy of someone who is really focused on balancing, looking past all the, like a dragon is breathing fire, you know, it's like this tiger's breathing, well, verbal attacks, but just being vicious towards how they're being towards you. And I just feel like in this card, same thing, but she's kind of unfazed, but she's not having a pleasant time at all. But she's focused on, how am I going to get through? How am I going to balance? And I still see a lot of clouds, which is a lot of uncertainty. But despite all that, she's still strong and standing. And she has a little fan to cool her off. So I think she has what she needs for now to get through. Let's see what it says. The actor. Affirmation, I know how to act properly and wisely in this situation. I'm getting that fake it till you make it. So even though this might feel like an act of balancing act, right? Like I don't hear you, I don't see you, you're not going to throw me off. I know she senses the dragons there. I know she senses the dragons trying to hurt her or is lashing out, but she's just act as though she's gone through it and is going to make her way through it until she finally realizes she's made her way through it. Yeah. Oh, well, this is heavy energy here. I'm sorry, you know, that you have to go through any pain. But I guess lessons are all lessons in life to teach us how to be and what to avoid. And I wish the very best for you and your person. And you'll have to let me know if this resonated with you. Thank you so much, pile number 2. I enjoyed doing your reading. Love and light. And if you enjoyed this reading, please subscribe. If this did not resonate, let it fly. And leave a like, leave a comment. We'll talk to you soon. Thanks. Bye. Hello, my gorgeous pile number 3. If you picked this warrior with the sword, then this is your reading. So we will get into the Intuition Oracle, which is this card, and the meaning and what Spirit is trying to communicate to through me for that card. But before we do, we will be looking at the Alchemical Union reading, and it is a 5-card reading where we take a look at you and your person and the current state and what you guys bring to this relationship. And then we'll be taking a look at your lesson and your person's lesson as far as the resistance that's brought by each of you guys to this connection. Maybe you know, lessons that you guys need to learn from each other, or potentially have learned outside of this connection that's impacting or resisting you guys kind of working together here. And then we'll take a look at the Union card, which is essentially the karmic force that's working between you two, and you know, why you guys got to essentially know each other and go through this connection together. Now that's too many, but I will pick the bottom card here. And that is you. So Spirit, thank you so much for clear and concise message for pile number 3. Thank you, thank you. We are so grateful. And pile number 3, I am so blessed for allowing you to let me, or for you allowing me to tap into your energy and you visiting me today on my channel. Thank you, thank you. So them, it's you, and your lesson. Spirit, what's the lesson for pile number 3 in this connection? Thank you very much. And got copper. And their lesson. Great serpents. Ooh. Which is the Ouroboros. Interesting. All right, so the Union card, please, Spirit. The Peacock's Tail. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Okay. This is my first reading with these cards on this channel, but I have been studying them for a while because I've had them for a while, and I was so just absolutely blown away. Did you guys hear that? That was interesting. I heard some sounds. Okay, probably the candle, but that was very interesting sound. Yes, I was so blown away by the intensity of these cards that I would just wanted to do a reading just using these cards alone. And I will post the decks down below, but we will get into the Intuition Oracle card at the end. But for the most part, we will solely be using these cards. Now, this is timeless, so, you know, energy does change, but this is as of when you stumble across this video. So, again, if it's not resonating, it's most likely not your pile. And you can go check out another pile, leave any messages that don't resonate. This is for the collective, so certainly not everything is going to resonate with you 100%. All right, so give me a minute to pick up the energy here. Okay. So very powerful card here with conjunction for you. The conjunction is kind of like unconditional love, but being able to be an individual within yourself and allowing your person to be an individual within themselves. So there really isn't a compromise per se, but an ability to be yourself and an ability for them to be themselves, but to come together to create this magical connection. So I feel as though you are here with unconditional love, but you're also being your true authentic self within this connection. Very clean cut message from this. Now, as far as this card, I also feel a genuineness, but I feel like it's almost like I feel like there's a lot we don't know within your person. I feel as though there is this guarded special center of themselves that they're potentially guarding, but I feel as though with them, you kind of never really know what you're going to get. But Spirit's message is that it is very positive. Your person's intentions are very positive. But when I say you don't know what you're going to get, is you don't know what them you're going to get on any given day. With the golden rose here, I just feel as though this person is very special. I can really see why you are very drawn to this person. They have something about them that everyone kind of wants to either be around or get their attention. Yeah, for the most part, they are loving and they show love, but I feel like there's edges to them that you don't see. or that come out when you try to follow. Hopefully this is picking up, or you guys can resonate with what I'm saying. The more you kind of follow the softness of your person, you'll hit like a rugged edge. And I feel like the more you get to know this person, it becomes very intense. But I do feel like this golden light that your person has, just even in their aura, but that's not even tapping into their soul self, their true deep core that not a lot of people get to. And in fact, this person is very guarded. So you've probably have only seen, I don't know, Spirit's telling me you've probably only really seen like maybe 20% of this person, if at all. I mean, there's many of you guys here, but Spirit is saying that you haven't seen all of this person's true core self. Yeah. I'm just trying to see if I could get more from you. I feel like you're very much yourself, and you're very much in the mind of letting your person be themselves in order to create this unity. And I feel as though you feel like you counterbalance your person, or you could counterbalance your person nicely. And I just feel like your person just is the way they are all the time, wherever they go, but that their true self is kind of really guarded to those who are able to get there despite the rough edges. Okay. It's not really giving me a lot as far as their position in this connection with you, because I feel like your person's just like this in general. And I feel like you are normally yourself, but I feel like in this connection, I feel like you're open to having a connection with this person. And I feel like this person is open to having a connection with you. So I don't really know if you guys are together per se. Now, copper is love. So represents Venus. And I feel like with copper needs to be shined and cleaned up, or else it can get pretty, it could get pretty, what's it called? Verdigris, or whatever they call it, on the surface, which, I mean, some might think it's a nice patina, but this can also mean focused on things, so much so that you're missing the point of love, or at least love is being kind of left behind on the back burner. Like you're kind of focused on what you need to do, so much so the task at hand, but you're not enjoying the emotion of love, or allowing love to penetrate you in this connection. And I feel like for your person, because these are the lesson cards, so either the resistance or what must be learned from each other here. I mean, there is no end when you're talking about the Ouroboros. Like, they're eating their tail, and you know, what might be positive one day could definitely turn out to be negative. The next day it's turning dark into light, lead into gold, transforming things into beauty, but it also can turn beauty into ugly. And I feel like your person is potentially here to turn some of your ugly into beauty. But I feel like at the same time, their lesson is to not turn ugly from taking in ugly and turning it into beauty, and not remain ugly. And I'm not saying you're ugly by any means. I think in this connection, them taking challenges within this connection, and I think because this card came out with the copper, one of the biggest challenges here is learning to love, allow yourself to let love in, allowing yourself to love yourself, but also allowing yourself to recognize love. And I feel like your person here is able to show that to you, but their lesson could easily be they could turn it into misery for themselves, or into something that they don't want, or they could turn it into something beautiful. I feel like you are ready to receive, but you're not receiving. I feel like you're so ready to love because you have this unconditional love. And I feel like this is the best kind of love that one can have. It's not a dependent love. It's not a convenient love or codependency. I just feel like this is the best love that you're able to offer, but you are for some reason you're blocked right now. And I feel like your person, it can go either way. If you throw negative at them, they're just going to spin it into positive. And I think you're scared if you throw a positive at them, they might spit out a negative. And with the Ouroboros, it does speak of anything can happen. What goes up can come down. When you thought you got it figured out, you don't. I just feel like your person has a heart of gold. And I'm also hearing from Spirit, if there was a way that they could and should be, then that's how they would be. But, I mean, even they don't control the Ouroboros and the Great Serpent. And that's the lessons to be learned. Maybe treating someone in a way that's not like you. You know, I'm talking for your person, like treating others in a way that's not like them. Might be a lesson. Or thinking they mean well and then turning something in a way that doesn't come out proper. Or as you're learning to let love in, how to love, how to maintenance yourself in order to appear like you're letting love in. Because you're really focused on, I think you're focused, but I don't think you're focused on letting love in, or what it's going to take to let the love come in. And then here we have with the Union card. So this is, again, the karmic force that's kind of pulsing between the two of you guys. The peacock's tail speaks of diversity. It speaks of, you know, Things aren't just black and white, and there's magic to be had in the yellows of life and the transitions between each color. There is diversity here between how you guys think, how you guys function. I have a feeling you guys are completely different people. As far as what you guys maybe value or what you guys do or just how you guys are as a whole could possibly vary greatly. For some of you guys can be part of the LGBTQ community with the peacock's tail here. So you could be similar gender. But I am picking up that the main purpose, the sole purpose, is to get this broad perspective of life and how two differences can paint this beautiful picture in life, two beings. And although these are very strong cards here, with the conjunction being kind of like the Lover's card, but and even the Golden Rose being this such beautiful card, I sense that you guys are not together, or at least not at this time. But there is this, you know, diverse, beautiful rainbow that you guys can make together, whether you guys are friends or lovers or, you know, just two people that are able to work together and partners and collaborate. There's so much to be learned from each other. And I think that's what Spirit wants to stress is your guys' ability to learn from one another and how you guys do things can bring so much diversity into each other's lives. I'm not really picking up a heavy romantic vibe here from this pile so much. I'm picking up that I think this is more your energy, that you're willing to, I just heard, go down in flames. I feel a very strong love that you have for your person that transcends time and space. A very powerful love that's unwavering, and you will stand your ground to fight for what you believe in, but also for this connection with this person. Again, whether it be romantic or not, just in general. It's a very strong, fiery, persistent, I will stand my ground and fight for this connection and having you in my life. Despite, you know, your environment, despite what's going on, despite even what your person is kind of maybe doing at this time. It's a very focused energy. I also feel a loneliness. I also feel you wanting to do it alone. I also feel this card here, not allowing love in, but saying there's love here to be had, and I will, you know, stand for it. But standing for it is one thing. I don't know that this person looks all that open to receiving, like shooting out flames from their fingertips and has a sword. So I don't know how easily it is to approach this person here. And then I see this little golden house here, which I feel your person's kind of guarded in the background, just doing their thing, because I think they're kind of a little scared to approach you. The initiator. Affirmation, I overcome resistance and do what must be done now. Kind of pick that up as your energy. You're really doing what you believe needs to be done now, standing your ground, you know, despite what's going on in your environment. Very focused energy, but I feel as though it's so focused on task at hand that it's not allowing love to come in. It's not allowing, you know, yourself to enjoy love, yourself to be open to what's coming, putting down the sword and just allowing love to come in. True love. So, yeah. Anyway, that's what I'm seeing here for pile number 3. I really enjoyed this reading. I hope you guys did as well. Let me know if it resonated. If it did not resonate, feel free to join another pile. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do so. And love and light. See you again. Bye.